Lancaster County Board of Commissioners meeting for Tuesday, May 2nd. For introduction purposes, I'm Todd Wilchin. I am the chair of the county board. On my left, fellow commissioners Jennifer Brinkman and Deb Shore. On my right, fellow commissioners Roma Amundsen and vice chair Commissioner Bill Avery. Joining us today from the county attorney's office is Mr. Dave Durbin. From the county clerk's office, the county clerk, Mr. Dan Nolte, and his chief deputy, Corey Beatty. From the county board office, chief administrative officer, Carrie Egan. And also for the first time, our new chief deputy administrative officer, Ms. Ann Ames. If you please come up and introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Ann Ames. Today is my second day here, and I come here from the Papillion Community Foundation. I was there for almost 8 years, and I have a bachelor's degree from the University of Nebraska in communication studies, and I'm finishing my MPA degree. I'm very excited to be here.
Yeah, welcome, and we're excited to have you with us, and we look forward to working with you over the next few years.
Thank you. Thanks
so much, Ann. And now, if you'd please join me by rising and citing the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Before we get started with the agenda, I would just like to take a moment of silence in honor of the deputy sheriff from Potawatomi County, Mark Burbridge, who lost his life yesterday while serving. Thank you. Mr. Clerk, would you please start the agenda?
A copy of the Nebraska Open Meetings Act is located on the wall at the rear of the hearing room. Additionally, a copy of all written material to be discussed at today's open meeting is available from the county clerk's staff. The material can also be viewed on the county's website at lancaster.ne.gov. Agenda item 1 are minutes. Approve the minutes of the Board of Commissioners meeting held on Tuesday, April 25th, 2017.
Move approval.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to approve the minutes from the Board of Commissioners meeting last Tuesday, April 25th. Any discussion or corrections? Please call the roll.
Avery?
Yes.
Brinkman?
Yes.
Shore?
Yes.
Amundsen?
Yes.
Wilchin?
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0. Next is approval of the minutes of the Board of Commissioners Department budget hearings on Tuesday, April 25th, 2017.
Move approval.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to approve the minutes from the Board of Commissioners Department budget hearings last Tuesday. Any discussion or corrections? Please call the roll.
Brinkman?
Yes.
Shore?
Yes.
Amundsen?
Yes.
Avery?
Yes.
Wilchin?
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0. Number 2 are claims. Approval of all claims processed through May 2nd, 2017.
Move approval.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to approve the claims. Any discussion? Please call the roll.
Shore?
Yes.
Amundsen?
Yes.
Avery?
Yes.
Brinkman?
Yes.
Wilchin?
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0. Next is number 3, special presentations. Lancaster County Department of Corrections Employee of the Year, Nathan Atkins, System Programmer.
Good morning, Mr. Johnson.
Good morning. Brad Johnson, Director of the Department of Corrections for Lancaster County. We're here to recognize Nate Atkins. He's our programs systems person for the department. First off, I'd like to appreciate or thank you guys for giving us the time to recognize him. He is a tremendous asset to our department. Were you going to read the write-up?
If you would like me to read this, I will.
If you would, please.
Sure. System Programmer Nathan Atkins was nominated for the 2016 Lancaster County Department of Corrections Employee of the Year. Nate has been assigned as our system programmer since June 18, 2015, when he started his employment with the department. During the last year, Nate's contributions to the department were numerous. He designed, built, implemented, and monitored the electronic timesheet system database. His effort at this cannot be overstated. His knowledge of programming to put that system together is second to none. He not only was able to encompass the myriad rules that go along with processing the paper timesheets, he was able to design a system that is more user-friendly for employees and for the personnel processing payroll. This timesheet system has allowed the department to gather data that would have been extremely labor-intensive, if not impossible to gather under the previous manual system. The next step in the process is to add a scheduling component to the system, which will revolutionize how the supervisors plan for their shifts. Nate has also kept up with the cameras and video recording system at the jail. He has been proactive in seeing problems before they arise and putting the right fix in place. When the system has failed, he has also come in several times on off-duty time to get the system going again. He is currently working on a project to modernize the entire system. This will make it more robust and allow it to store more data. In addition, this revitalization will make the video more usable as it will increase the resolution. Lastly, Nate has been the spearhead of getting our handheld data units to be a useful tool for the online staff. He has been able to get new tablets that do all the tasks we need them to do and more. We're on the path to not only have a more paperless system, but a system where more data can be gathered and utilized to make accurate predictions for future operations. I personally worked with Nate on a large data processing project, and his knowledge of not only how to gather data, but how to present it in a usable fashion was instrumental in the success of this project. In conclusion, Nate is an essential part of the Lancaster County Corrections team, and our operations would not be as efficient as they are without him and his support. His positive attitude and can-do spirit is infectious and makes changes that can sometimes be challenging much more successful.
So we could have wrote about 5 more pages, but we just hit the highlights. I mean, he's a really busy guy, and he does a fabulous job. You know, Todd mentions that we need to work off of statistics and more numbers. This is the guy that gets it for us, because it's not easy to do, but he figures out a way every time. So I think it's well deserved.
Well, thank you, Mr. Johnson. And then Mr. Atkins, we very much appreciate your service to the county. As Mr. Johnson mentioned, you know, we talk a lot about data, and that's where a lot of decisions being made today and in the future will rely heavily on data. And so your work is very important to us. Would you like to introduce your family or join you today?
Sure. This is my daughter, Michaela, right here. She wants to be the center of attention right now. This is my lovely wife, Carrie, and my son, Jonathan.
Well,
Welcome.
I don't know if did you have any thing you
Well,
wanted
I
to say?
just wanted to say that it's easy to do work out there at the county jail because there's a lot of good people that work out there. Everybody's very dedicated. Brad's been very dedicated since he's taken over as director to revamping the way that things are run and trying to make things better for the employees and safe for the inmates. So I appreciate very much the nomination and thank him very much for his hard work and allowing me to step into a role that's challenging but also very interesting.
Well,
Commissioner
I
Shore.
could. I think it's amazing. You haven't even been with us 2 years and already you're Employee of the Year. So it speaks well of you and the team that you work with. So
Thank you.
congratulations.
Commissioner Amundsen.
Yeah, and I just was going to mention, when you accepted this nomination, whatever, you said that you work with a lot of really good people out there. And so I think I really want to stress to you that you are really part of the whole team. You recognize that, and you are building upon that. So thank you for your leadership in the teamwork aspect.
Anyone else? Okay, thank you so much.
Next is recognition of Judy Halstead, Lincoln Lancaster County Health Department Director, for her years of service.
All right, we'll just stand right here. Okay, Judy, it is my honor on behalf of the Lancaster County Board of Commissioners and all of our employees to recognize you today for your 23 years of service to the Lincoln Lancaster County Health Department. You've worked with several mayors and dozens of city council members and county commissioners during that time period, and you leave a lasting legacy in our community. Beginning as an early intervention services coordinator in 1994, you established many community collaborations and provided a variety of preventative health services to those in need. In 2002, you became the County Health Department Resource and Program Development Coordinator, and two of your many successes stand out during this time. The successful completion of the new County Health Department building, which was on time and on budget, and under your leadership has been used not only for constituent services and employee development, but as a community meeting place for a wide variety of public uses. Also in this position, you led the Lincoln Smoke-Free Initiative, which provided a safer workplace for employees and a more enjoyable environment for local residents. This was a long process and became a template for other Nebraska communities wishing to do the same. Following the resignation of Bruce Dart in 2010, you were selected as director to lead the County Health Department. Looking back on the past 7 years, several highlights are important to mention. First, the emphasis you've placed on community collaboration, offering the health department as a lead stakeholder in any public health initiative important to our community. Second, the dedication you've shown to many long-time and also many relatively new department employees, supporting their growth and development as professionals and individuals, which speaks highly of your talent as a leader. This leads me to my third point, which is your willingness to serve as a mentor to new city county directors, new CEOs of community nonprofits, and local community health organizations across Nebraska and across the country. Fourth, and I only have 5, is your work as an advocate for important public health issues facing the unicameral. If it had to do with public health, you read the bill, testified in front of the committee, and lobbied senators in the rotunda. Finally, we appreciate your support of concerns facing our county residents and your willingness to educate county commissioners on the same issues. We've dealt with solid waste, wind farms, motocross bikes, air and water quality concerns, animal control issues, noise ordinances, emission violations, chronic disease prevention management programs, and too many other things to mention. In closing, you've been a talented, dedicated, and compassionate leader of the Lincoln Lancaster County Health Department for nearly 23 years. And you've been a personal friend to many of us as well and will be greatly missed. So, upon your retirement, we present to you this token of our appreciation for your many years of service to Lancaster County.
Wow, thank you, Deb. And thank all of you. I have really appreciated the opportunity to serve you in many ways over the years. I appreciate the confidence that you placed in me when you affirmed my appointment as health director 7 years ago, and I hope that you feel that I have served you well. A couple of folks I wanted to introduce today, obviously, is my husband, Brian. I think most of you know Brian, but without him, I would not have been able to take the health director position, and without him, I would not be able to retire from it either, because his support and his commitment to us and to my family has made this possible for me, and so I thank you and I love you. And I'd like to introduce Charlotte Burke. Charlotte is going to be the interim health director during that time period when the mayor and you and the city council and the Board of Health will be engaging in your search for a new health director, and Charlotte will serve you well. She has been with the health department for 25 years and knows virtually every aspect of the department, so she will also do well and will serve you well. But I want to tell you thank you. Thank you for this gift. Thank you for the gift of the opportunity to serve. Thank you.
Judy, don't leave yet. Just want to say a few words myself. I did attend her retirement party on Friday at the health department, and I was not surprised that the room was filled with people. They were not there to celebrate your departure.
I thought they were tough. Thank you.
They were there to thank her for everything that she had done for them. There were numerous stories about how you made a difference in their lives as a colleague, as a leader, as a mentor, but also as a friend. And you can't a lot of times you can't be all those things, but you made it look easy. We're all going to miss you, Judy. Lincoln and Lancaster County is a better place to work, live, and raise a family through your efforts. We wish you well, you and Brian, in your next adventure. So thank you.
Thank you very much.
Commissioner Amundsen?
Yeah, and Judy, I really just enjoyed all the way. You took so much time to explain things to me when I was a new commissioner, and whenever I had any questions, I'd say, hey, Judy, what do you think about this? And you always told me what your thoughts were. You were very good at expressing your thoughts, and I appreciate that so much. And so, anyway, it's been a great joy to work with you, and I understand the reasons for your retirement, and God's blessings.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Commissioner Avery?
Well, I'm on the Board of Health. I actually got to know Judy quite well
Yeah, long time
and
ago.
impressed with your work. More impressed, though, with the depth and breadth of support you have in the department. When I got to your retirement party Friday, I had to wait in line. And so I decided to get out of line, get cake, and then go and talk to you. Still had a line. So
Thanks, Jill.
you've done a great job. Thank you for 7 years. You were here a long time before that, right?
Yep. Thank you. Thanks. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Judy.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Next is number 4, new business. Special designated license application for Myers Wine, Inc., doing business as Myers Cork and Bottle for a reception to be held on May 27, 2017 at Prairie Creek Inn at 2400 South 148th Street, Walton, Nebraska.
Move approval.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to approve the special designated license application for Myers Cork and Bottle. Any discussion? Please call the roll.
Amundsen,
Yes.
Avery,
Yes.
Brinkman,
Yes.
Shore,
Yes.
Wilchin.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0. B is a special designated license application from Kramer Bar and Grill for a wedding reception to be held on June 3rd, 2017 at Kramer Rodeo Grounds, Kramer, Nebraska.
Move approval.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to approve the special designated license application from the Kramer Bar and Grill. Any discussion? Please call the roll.
Amundsen,
Yes.
Shore,
Yes.
Brinkman,
Yes.
Avery,
Yes.
Wilchin.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0. 4C are agreements with the following for the care and maintenance of abandoned and neglected cemeteries. The cost of the county is $50 per mowing, not to exceed $200 per year. And this includes Dave Miller for Jordan Cemetery, Terry Briley, Evangelical Cemetery, J. Nutter Troop 64 Scoutmaster, Dietz Cemetery, Troy Henning for Highland Cemetery, and Uphoff Cemetery.
Move approval.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to approve the agreements for the care and maintenance of abandoned and neglected cemeteries. Any discussion? Please call the roll.
Shore,
Yes.
Brinkman,
Yes.
Avery,
Yes.
Amundsen,
Yes.
Wilchin.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0. D is an agreement with Lincoln Tree Service for the trimming, removal, and general maintenance of trees at the abandoned and neglected Lancaster County cemeteries as listed in Attachment A. There is no cost to the county.
Move approval.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to approve the agreement with Lincoln Tree Service for the trimming, removal, and general maintenance of trees at the abandoned and neglected cemeteries. Any discussion? Please call the roll.
Brinkman,
Yes.
Avery,
Yes.
Amundsen,
Yes.
Shore,
Yes.
Wilchin.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0. 4E is a space rental agreement and addendum with the Nebraska Alumni Association for space at the Nebraska Innovation Campus Conference Center on October 5th, 2017. The cost of the county is $600.
Move approval.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to approve the agreement with the Nebraska Alumni Association. Any discussion? Please call the roll.
Avery,
Yes.
Amundsen,
Yes.
Shore,
Yes.
Brinkman,
Yes.
Wilchin.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0. F is revised insurance requirements for county contracts.
Move approval.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to approve the revised insurance requirements for county contracts. Any discussion? Please call the roll.
Amundson,
Yes.
Brinkman,
Yes.
Avery,
Yes.
Shore,
Yes.
Wilchin.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0. G is a resolution adopting a program agreement with Nebraska Department of Roads for maintenance of Branch Oak Lake North Road project. The county will pay 40% of the estimated project cost of $1,049,950.
Pam Damon, Lancaster County Engineer. So this agreement brings an official start to what has been a 3-year journey in negotiations with Department of Roads to get this rec road assistance from Department of Roads in overlaying it. I want to note that a micro overlay is planned for this, so mill 2 put back 2, which is a little less than our standard mill 2 put back 3. We did do a pavement study of this north part of the lake, and what's interesting about it is it does have 10 inches of very solid pavement underneath the not so good pavement. So kind of like, little laser resurfacing. We're just going to take the surface off and put a couple inches of good surface on that, and it should be good for us for years to come.
Move approval.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to approve the agreement with the Nebraska Department of Roads for the maintenance of Branch Oak Lake North Road. Any discussion? Please call the roll.
Avery,
Yes.
Shore,
Yes.
Brinkman,
Yes.
Amundson,
Yes.
Wilchin.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0. H is a change order supplemental agreement to County Contract C-17-64 for an increase of $1,101 to add the completion of certain Nebraska Department of Roads hydraulic forms to the scope of work.
Pam Damon, Lancaster County Engineer. This is the engineering contract that we had to size our WPA structures in conjunction with the City of Lincoln's master basin drainage studies for the 3 basins on the north end of the city. While they were studying that, we came up with a kind of an adder, piggyback to their contract to size our WPA structures, which we know are critical in this area. In fact, one of them, this last weekend under the rain, experienced what I would call serious and dramatic failure, where the back of the abutment fell in about 5 feet back on the east end. And so we want to keep working on these bridges. We know that they are failing, and what I'm trying to do is get in front of it enough that we at least have the structure sized so that we can move forward with design. So that is what this contract is for. We had a couple additional things that were not anticipated that we needed to add to the engineering design, and the consultant has asked for an additional $1,101.
Move approval.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to change the supplemental agreement with the Nebraska Department of Roads. Any discussion? Please call the roll.
Brinkman,
Yes.
Amundson,
Yes.
Shore,
Yes.
Avery,
Yes.
Wilchin.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0. I is a temporary occupancy permit with BNSF to allow Lancaster County Engineers Office to conduct a visual survey of 3 county culverts for future replacement. Term of the permit is 180 days from the effective date. The cost of county is $1,350.
Pam Damon, Lancaster County Engineer. For those of you who might not be aware, BNSF charges us if we're going to do anything in their right-of-way. And so per previous interlocal agreements, the pipes that are within their right-of-way are ours. They are rusted out and need to be replaced. And so they actually have an occupancy permit, and they charge us to be in the right-of-way and gather information on that pipe in order to replace it. In addition, we will, in the future, when we go to actually do the work, we will have to hire railroad flaggers from BNSF to be out on site with us. And so there are going to be some additional costs with that also.
Move approval.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to approve or to submit the temporary occupancy permit with BNSF. Any discussion? Please call the roll.
Shore,
Yes.
Avery,
Yes.
Amundson,
Yes.
Brinkman,
Yes.
Wilchin.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0. J is a grant contract with Asian Community and Cultural Center in the amount of $3,234 to provide funding for camps and summer programming. Term of the grant contract is from April 15, 2017 through June 30th, 2017.
Good morning, Sarah Hoyle with Lincoln Lancaster Human Services, and this contract is through our current community aid contract. I have with me today Sheila and Anna with the Asian Community Center. We were able to find some funding within that current grant that we have to provide additional supports for our youth attending their program during the summer. So I'll let you tell them more about your program.
Go ahead.
Okay, so our summer programming would include Camp Culture, which is a week-long program for mostly elementary school and lower middle school age students. It would also allow us to extend our current programming into the summer, which would include an after-school program in order to help ELL students succeed in summer school classes. In addition to that, we also have our Young Women's Leadership Council, and we're creating a young men's group to continue meeting over the summer. And finally, we'll be working on a pre-driver's education course for students so that they can pass their permit test and drive legally, since we've had a lot of problems with immigrant refugee youth driving without a license or even without a permit.
Are there any questions? Well, thank you for everything you do for the youth of Lancaster County. It's very much appreciated.
Well, thank you.
Move approval. Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to approve the grant contract with the Asian Community and Cultural Center. Any discussion? Please call the roll.
Avery,
Yes.
Brinkman,
Yes.
Shore,
Yes.
Amundson,
Yes.
Wilchin.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0. 4K is a grant contract with the Mediation Center in the amount of $9,000 for the Victim Youth Conference Program. Term of the grant contract is April 1st, 2017 through June 30th, 2017.
Okay, Sarah with Lincoln Lancaster Human Services, and this is from the same funding source, the current community aid contract that we have. This, in June, will conclude a full year of the county taking case management, the case management component for our juvenile diversion program. So with the closing of the current year, we're going back and auditing our services to make sure that we have enough funding in place to continue all of those services through the end of the year. This particular service, we found that there would be a gap if we didn't provide more funding. It's just because we're referring more kids to the mediation center. The mediation center provides mediations for our youth, so it gives the youth an opportunity to come together and meet with either the victim, or if the victim is unable or unwilling to participate, they also have surrogate victims that step in and fill the role of the victim. So we ran about 10 mediations short, so this additional funding will allow mediations to continue through the end of the fiscal year.
Are there any questions for Ms. Hoyle?
Move approval.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to approve the grant contract with the Mediation Center. Any discussion? Please call the roll.
Brinkman,
Yes.
Shore,
Yes.
Amundson,
Yes.
Avery,
Yes.
Wilchin.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0. L is a political subdivision tort claim filed against Lancaster County by Lori Havlet in the amount of $5,000.
I move we deny this tort claim. Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to deny the political subdivision tort claim filed by Lori Havlot. Any discussion? Please call the roll.
Shore,
Yes.
Amundson,
Yes.
Avery,
Yes.
Brinkman,
Yes.
Wilchin.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0. Number 5 are consent items. Setting public hearings on Tuesday, May 9th, 2017 at 9 a.m. in room 112 of the County City Building for the following. Manager application for Zachary Tyson in connection with a Class 1K liquor license for Hillcrest Country Club, 9401 O Street, Lincoln, Nebraska. County Text Amendment Number 16016 to amend Article 18 of the Lancaster County zoning regulations relating to special height and use near airports to modify requirements for height permits. Right-of-way contrast between Lancaster County and the following: Elmer Estates Life Estate, Northwest 64th Street and West Agnew Road, Tract 1 in the amount of $2,322.50. Elmer Estates Life Estates, Northwest 64th Street and West Agnew Road, Tract 2 in the amount of $1,472.50. Catholic Bishop of Lincoln, North 112th Street and Alville Road in the amount of $2,269.
Move approval of the consent items.
Second?
Okay, we have a motion and a second to approve the consent items. Any discussion? Please call the roll.
Amundson,
Yes.
Avery,
Yes.
Brinkman,
Yes.
Shore,
Yes.
Wilchin.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0. Number 6 is public comment. Those wishing to speak on items relating to county business, non-agenda, may do so at this time.
I will just make one mention of the fact that today in the city of Lincoln are the elections for the general elections, and I would like to encourage those people who are eligible to vote to please exercise their right to vote today. Thank you.
Next is number 7, announcements. The Lancaster County Board of Commissioners will hold a staff meeting, including department budget hearings, on Thursday, May 4th, 2017, at 8:30 a.m. in the Bill Luxford Studio at the County City Building. The Lancaster County Board of Commissioners will hold their next regular meeting on Tuesday, May 9th, 2017, at 9 a.m. in Room 112 of the County City Building, with the Board of Equalization immediately following. The Lancaster County Board of Commissioners will hold a public hearing on Tuesday, May 16, 2017 at 9 a.m. in Room 112 of the County City Building regarding an amusement license application for Row Crop LLC to hold an outdoor music concert on September 28, 2017 at 701 Southwest 63rd Street, Lincoln, Nebraska. The County Commissioners can be reached at 402-441-7447 or commish@lancaster.ne.gov. The Lancaster County Board of Commissioners meeting is broadcast live. It is rebroadcast on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Saturdays on 5 City TV, cable channel 5. In addition, the meeting may be viewed on the internet at lancaster.ne.gov under 5 City TV Video on Demand or 5 City TV on YouTube.
Move we adjourn.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to adjourn. Please call the roll.
Avery,
Yes.
Brinkman,
Yes.
Shore,
Yes.
Amundson,
Yes.
Wilchin.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0.
This meeting is adjourned. Thank you.